Pause.
I never thought of them as immigrants. They were from the Philippines. We lived on the base, so we're mostly an American culture.
You don't see them as immigrants. Why? Because you were born here?
I was born here, but we went straight to the Philippines, to Clark,
On base.
your first base, yeah.
When you think of your parents, do you think of them as American or do you think of them as Filipino? Or both?
Both. I mean, they assimilated, I believe. They spoke to us in English, but they spoke to each other in their own languages. Tagalog, Pangasinan, and Ilocano. So we heard it. It was always around us, but they never really spoke to us. Some Tagalog words, maybe. No, I mean, the culture was kind of instilled in us. We had Filipino food. We learned to cook Filipino food. We went to the markets with them off the base. No, I felt like one of them, but like a Filipino. I never really felt like I was American until we came here again.
How old were you when you moved to Clark?
When I was a baby.
Oh, and how long were you there for?
Well, we were back and forth for 15 years. We'd come stay in the Philippines for 4 years. And then we came to the States. It was 1 year. We stayed in the States. Then we went back.
So you didn't feel like you were American until you came back to the States?
Yeah.
But you didn't feel American when you were in the Philippines?
Well, because we were surrounded by people in the service, and we were not really identified. I mean, certain groups in the Philippines by a race, because everybody got along pretty much. That's why we were surprised when we came back to the States why people were like segregated.
Mm.
No. I mean, they always said, my parents ever said, I mean, they just said bakla. And that's what we knew as queer, I mean gay.
Mm.
They never said anything really negative. The thing that we really know is, we didn't really know what gay was. We just thought they just dressed like a woman, because they always said bakla.
So
They're bakla.
So you only associate bakla with men mostly?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they didn't really talk about it.
No, they didn't talk about it. They just said, oh, that's a bakla.
Your grandmas that are best friends, they never said anything of best friends that lived together. They never said anything about them being like together. They never said anything about them being gay.
No, they told us they're just good friends.
They're just good friends.
Yeah. That's what they told us. They're best friends. They live together.
They're best friends. They live together. They're roommates. They sleep in the
Yeah.
same bed. They have.
Well, they didn't tell us they slept in the same bed.
They have a
We
farm
just
together.
assumed it. I mean, we accepted them, but I never really thought about it till we were older.
So why do you think they only talk to you about bakla as like gay men, and not they didn't tell you about like lesbians or other queer people?
Well, we used to say sometimes when we were younger, oh, they're holding hands, two girls. They're best friends. They're friends. I said, okay, they're just good friends. I don't know what his dad told him or what they learned when they were in the Philippines, when they were young.
Yeah.
We don't know how it was in the Philippines. Probably hidden, maybe.
My girlfriends that I've had around be like, oh, where's your friend? Where's your friend?
They're in denial. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, said they were friends. There's his sister and her friend.
Her friend. Her friend.
The love in the family. The food is special.
Do you remember what the question was?
No. You got me talking about something else.
No, you started talking. Okay, say
You
bye.
gotta do that again.
Say bye.